It is Nick Shares at 23-1 to win the Shadwell Turf Mile. Final furlong. Oh, good rise, running erratically, ducks out of the stretch. 4-Star Crook pulls away in the Flower Bowl.
But the other questions in this Breeders' Cup World Thoroughbred Championships are the Juvenile Fillies Turf, newspaper of record out of the Chad Brown stable. It is looks like a very impressive star in the making of the Miss Grillo Stakes at Belmont Park on the turf. The Breeders' Cup Juvenile on the dirt main track for fillies is going to be a very intriguing race for the simple fact that, of course, you have BELLAFINA, who has been arguably has been the best horse on the West Coast for sure. Now it's going to be a question of whether, like Accelerate, can she carry her show on the road and be the beast of the East. She, of course, was very impressive in comparison to her Del Mar debutante run, with a great win by 6 lengths in the Chandelier Stakes Grade 1. She was very much more relaxed. She didn't change leads in the Del Mar debutante. In this race, the blinkers were taken off by trainer Simon Callahan. She was much more relaxed, more professional, finished, switching leads very efficiently, looked very, very good. But her buyer was a little bit on the low side. We'll talk more about that. That would seem to put her a little bit behind some of the other favorites, including Restless Rider, who won the Keeneland Alcibiades Stakes at that Lexington Oval. Very impressive for trainer Kenny McPeak. She is a horse who finished second to another favorite, SIPPICAN Harbor, out of the Gary Contessa barn, who won what was very strong spin-away stakes. And Restless Rider finished second that day, and her ability to run very, very well on what everyone believes is a little more of a more demanding surface of Saratoga. To come out of that and run the way she did at Keeneland makes her a very interesting choice. And as a matter of fact, I believe that, as I've aforementioned, in the post race of the Alcibiades, that I think that Restless Rider and SIPPICAN Harbor are the 2 best horses in here, but there's going to be a lot of play for another horse by the name of Serengeti Empress. She was beaten at Saratoga by Catherine the Great, a horse who has since gone backward, ran poorly in the Alcibiades, probably will not be in the starting gate for the Breeders' Cup. And Serengeti Empress came back to Churchill and won the Pocahontas Stakes by about 19 lengths. A very impressive performance, but the question's going to be, even though she showed an affinity for the Churchill track, for which the Breeders' Cup is going to be the host, how will she do against these upgraded opposition, including Restless Rider, who was impressive in her own right prior to shipping to Saratoga, winning the Churchill Downs debutante by 10 1/4 lengths. And that's why a lot of people are going to be very intrigued based on those aforementioned facts as to what's going to happen in this race. I've said before also that in looking at these fillies, don't go to sleep on the fact that these horses may be not only Kentucky Oaks contenders, but could be horses that we see perhaps try to prep for the Kentucky Derby and run against colts on the first Saturday in May versus running against their own sex the day before on the first Friday in May in the Oaks. So that's one of the things that we might find as a byproduct in the aftermath of these races. But that's going to be very interesting, where Serengeti Empress, is she that classy of a filly to be able to beat these horses, maybe not by 19 lengths, but put on a Rachel Alexandra Zenyatta type performance. There are a lot of people out there, the wise guys and the wise women out there, that don't think that she can do that. It's going to be a very interesting race in terms of the betting odds. I've already broadcast without, and I'm not going to deviate from the script right now. I believe that Restless Rider and SIPPICAN Harbor are the 2 best horses in here, but we shall see.